talked to her. I never, when I used to walk down the street, I thought it was strange. She had all the furniture in the driveway, and I thought she was moving.
Now, the confidential informant tells police that he believes that is the body of an ex-boyfriend of Pettis. However, neighbors say that Pettis only moved to that home about 2 years ago, that her family lived there, her parents lived there. Now, Pettis is charged with 1 count of child abuse, and she's making a first appearance today, this afternoon, at the Volusia County Branch Jail. We'll be there to cover that and have more later on tonight. We're live in Daytona Beach. I'm Anita Padilla, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks, Anita. That is bizarre. Also in Daytona Beach,
mysteries unraveling in Daytona Beach tonight. Investigators now confirm earlier reports today that a white man was shot in the head and buried in a concrete tomb in this house on Center Street in Daytona Beach. Noreen Pettis lives here and may have known about the body for 15 years. Pettis is in jail tonight, but she's not charged with murder. Instead, police have charged her with child abuse after finding her 3-year-old daughter living in filth. Police won't say much about the victim, just that he's a white male who died when he was in his mid-20s. A vacation turned ugly today.
But after talking it over with prosecutors, they've determined that the case is just too old, that it's run out the statute of limitations, and that really they just don't have a lot of evidence.
It's a bizarre 16-year-old murder. A man who was buried underneath a back porch on Center Street was only unearthed last Thursday. The victim, shot in the head, is believed to be Michael Jones, or Joseph Michael Jones. He was the boyfriend of Noreen Pettis.
What she was like then, people change, you know. What she could have done then, she wouldn't do now.
Noreen tells police she did help bury Jones there, but that it was her mother, Elsie Petty, who killed him.
She asked her to help her bury the body and help her get some building materials, concrete.
Only Elsie Petty is not around to ask. She's been dead for 4 years. Noreen's father died several years ago as well.
Years and years ago, Elsie Petty used to work at this Ormond Beach cemetery as an office worker. Those who knew her and those who worked with her refused to go on camera, but they say that Elsie Petty was never capable of hurting anyone.
But detectives strongly believe it was Elsie. They say based on several interviews, Noreen never had reason to kill Jones, but that Elsie was always fighting with him.
Now, although they've closed the book on the murder investigation, police are still asking for help in identifying the victim, a positive identification for Michael Jones. They say he was in his late 20s, that he was heavyset with reddish-brown hair, and that he had a thin mustache, and that he was in the Daytona Beach area from 1971 to 1977. Anybody with information is asked to call the Daytona Beach Police Department. It may put to rest someone's mind who may have been looking for him all these years. We're live in Daytona Beach. I'm Anita Padilla, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Sounds like something out of a murder mystery book.
Yeah, that's a strange one. Thank you, Anita. We have an update tonight.
And how he wound up in a concrete grave under a house.
Acting on a tip, police used jackhammers to get to the body, which was under a house on Mason Street. Police say the man was the victim of a homicide in 1977, and as Ron Kendrick reports, the suspected murderer is no longer living.
Well, Daytona Beach police really were kind of baffled initially. The crime itself occurred back in 1977. Someone finally came forward with some information a couple of months ago. That put them in the right spot. Then it came around to trying to identify who it was. Then it came around to trying to figure out who did it. Police say the body found in the cement slab of Noreen Pettis' Florida room is believed to be that of her boyfriend, Joseph Michael Jones. Positive ID hasn't been made. He's believed to have been in his mid to late 20s at the time of his death. Police also feel they know who killed him.
We feel pretty confident that it's in the family, that it could possibly be the mother.
The mother, Elsie Petty, died 4 years ago. Police believe she and Jones may have gotten into a domestic argument, and that led to his killing. It's been determined that Pettis helped her mom dispose of the body, but she won't be charged. Police say the secret the family thought was forgotten finally leaked out.
As far as the information that the homicide did take place and that the victim was buried in the back, it was known to very few. The mother of Noreen passed away in 1989, so the information that we did receive was from a confidant in the family.
Police say Pettis won't be prosecuted because of the time frame of the incident and the discovery of the body, and because of a lack of evidence. Now, while police feel they have solved this crime, they are still looking for additional information. They feel someone in this area may have known Jones. He came here from the Maryland, Washington, D.C. area in 1971 and worked odd jobs until his murder in 1977. He was heavy-set at 6 feet tall and had reddish-brown hair. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Ron Kendrick, reporting live from Daytona Beach tonight.
For the first time...
Meant under a Daytona Beach home. He was the former boyfriend of the woman who lived there, Noreen Pettis. Police say Jones had been shot in the head 16 years ago by Pettis's mother, but they can't charge her because she's been dead for 4 years. Police could have charged Pettis for failing to report the crime, but the statute of limitations on that has run out. The prime suspect in the game...
A 16-year-old murder mystery. The body of Joseph Michael Jones was found in this house, buried in concrete under the floor of the family room. Police say he was the boyfriend of Noreen Pettis and that her mother shot Jones in the head 16 years ago. Then mother and daughter buried him. Mother Elsie Petty died in 1989. Her daughter remained at the house, never even reporting the crime. Noreen Pettis is getting off scot-free. Why? The statute of limitations has run out. Kimberly Mays met with the media in Sarasota.
Ahead on 2 News, more about a plane crash in Central Florida.
The beach. Police think they know whose body that was in a concrete grave and how it got there. Police used jackhammers to get to the body of Joseph Jones, which was under a house on Mason Street. Police think Jones was murdered in 1977, and they suspect Elsie Petty did it. But she died herself 4 years ago. Police say her daughter, who lives in the house where the body was buried, helped dispose of it way back then, and then the whole thing became a deep family secret until it was leaked out this week. Eric Boyd is 21. How